The NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car here in Los Angeles. A beautiful night in Southern California. UC Irvine now leads 2-0 after taking set number 2, 34-32. Justin Kutcher alongside Karch Karai. And Karch, what an incredible second set that was. UC Irvine trailed 17-11. They came back. A number of huge swings by Carson Clark, 9 kills down the stretch, including set point. But we're going to go back to the first set and talk about his serving and what a weapon it is in the Home Depot coaching clinic.
First of all, he hits it hard. Second of all, he hits good spots. So you'll see this first serve, and he hits it down the line toward the opposing libero for USC. The next one he's going to put different. He creates, of course, a great scoring opportunity. They score the point, but later he puts some action on it. It's going to actually have a curveball effect, and it's going to go right into the lap to the shoulders of Tony Chiarelli. Another point. Then he goes back down the line and creates yet another scoring opportunity. That's not an ace, but it's a virtual ace, and he kept UC Irvine ahead all the first set, and then, of course, scored 4 or 5 huge kills down the stretch in that long and very close 34-32 win in the second set for UC Irvine.
Coach John Spiros said that he was going to be a key in this one. Well, if you look at his numbers, he has been a key contributor. 15 kills, hitting .452. Those 2 aces and those other serves that led to points.
You're right. Those serves don't show up on the score sheet, the official score sheet. But really, he's created 6 or 7 or 8 points for UC Irvine, along with the 2 aces.
This is a reversal of 9 days ago when it was USC leading 2-0 against UCI. Starting the third set. And the first point of set number 3 goes to Tanner Jansen and USC. Only 2 teams have come back from down 2-0 in the national championship. UCLA in 1972 against San Diego State, and USC in 1988 against UC Santa Barbara. But a key note in that was before rally scoring.
It's a lot harder to do now, but UC Irvine did it twice. Their season would essentially have been over in the conference tournament just a week ago if they'd lost either of those matches.
Carson Clark on to serve. Chiarelli. Nice up by Brinkley.
That's not a great set by Austin, but what a great swing by Carson Clark. Definitely huge for them since Tilly's been struggling a little, their main offensive weapon.
Carson Clark was the MPSF tournament most outstanding player. He's the first player in MPSF history to be named first team MPSF 4 years. And he is long with that serve. Point for USC.
Didn't get the contact he wanted on that one. No top spin. Flies 20 feet long.
Tanner Jansen to serve. Tilly coming from the back row. And he hits it wide. Point for USC.
Tanner Jansen back to serve.
Devin Tilly no longer in the minus numbers. After the second set, he was at 0. But you said before, this UCI team would be very happy if they have a 2-0 lead and Tilly hasn't even gotten going yet.
Oh my gosh.
And a costly mistake here by USC.
If I'm Shandrick, I don't even block on that play. Tilly is on the ground, on the court, can't even take a swing at that, and instead he lets himself let the ball go off his hands. We call that a tool in volleyball, directing the ball out of bounds off the blocker's hands.
Quick set, Chiarelli gets it back up. And a good job by Tanner Jansen with the aggressive swing. And Chiarelli will go back to serve for USC, and it was Chiarelli who had that service error.
I'd sure like to have that one back. Just failed to clear the net. He was going for it all on that one swing.
Clark, what an up there by Chiarelli. Green able to keep it alive. Sent over by Jansen. Tilly going up high and getting the kill. Just think about what UC Irvine is trying to do. Beat USC for the 3rd time this year and trying to beat them for the 2nd time in 9 days on their home floor.
Coach Spross said it was a monumental task. It's one thing to do it once and come back from an 0-2 deficit. But now they're in great shape.
And the point for USC. 5-4, USC now leads here in the 3rd set.
Back to serve, number 18, Steve Kendrick.
The quick set for Dan McDonald.
JB Green returns for the Trojans.
Dan McDonald, we talked about that 2009 championship. He's a transfer from Arizona. A former assistant coach actually saw him. He came on a visit. He said, no, I'm not going to come. Next thing you know, the next week, they win a national championship. He calls back. He's like, yeah, I think I'll come. Now he's trying for one of his own. And it's 6-5 USC here in this 3rd set.
Nothing begets winning like more winning.
Torelli sets it up. Another block and another point for UC Irvine.
Back to serve after getting the point for the Anteaters.
Michalski having a few swings here, but none of them was optimal. He couldn't see the block in front of him. He had to expect that there were 3 up, but the set was coming from behind him. He's looking up high. He's got to swing higher than that.
Now Tilly on to serve. Torelli comes flying in, but that sails long and wide. And the point for UC Irvine.
Kevin Tilly back to serve. Tilly's serve goes
Too strong on the serve from Tilly. A service error. That's the 11th of the match for UC Irvine.
And it looks worse than it is, those 4 aces and those 11 errors, but they have created so many chances for themselves on overpasses, bad passes, that Coach Spross is just fine giving so many of his servers, especially Tilly and Clark, the green light. Just hit it as hard as you can.
We're here in LA, and right there, Kevin Tilly kind of looked like Blake Griffin, reaching out and just throwing that one over the net. Good pass, the set, great up. Clark, sent over by Torelli. And again, it's coming this way, the point for UC Irvine. 9-7, UC Irvine leads, and you wonder if UC Irvine gets another point here on the McDonald serve. Will we have a timeout called by USC as they make a substitution now? The Trojans bringing Ben Lamb. And that serve, I think, was going out. Able to save the point is Michalski. Ben Lamb now back to serve here for USC. Trying to tie this set up at 9.
I'm guessing that USC is trying to get a little more offense. They weren't getting much offense out of Feathers, and they weren't getting much blocking either, so trying to shore up the defense. But then Lamb jumps right in front of Michalski, who had that play lined up.
JB Green comes back in. The 13th kill of the match for Connor Hughes. He had 10 in the semifinals against Penn State. And back to serve is Carson Clark. Austin set for Clark. Chiarelli into the double block. Again for Chiarelli. Goes cross court. Tilly. Austin puts it back over. And Chiarelli's attempt is deep. The point for UC Irvine. 3-point lead for the Anteaters, leading 2-0 here in this championship.
Chiarelli trying the beach rainbow shot, trying to make something out of nothing, but he's better off keeping it in play in the deep corner rather than making the perfect shot. Better be careful, USC, or it's going to get away in a hurry with plays like that. And that.
And an ace for Carson Clark, and now the timeout is taken by Bill Ferguson. The third ace of the match for Carson Clark. UC Irvine leading by 4 here in set number 3 and up 2-0.
The NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship is presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up.
Back here in downtown Los Angeles, UC Irvine looking for its 3rd national championship in the last 6 years. They lead 2-0 and up 12-8 here in set number 3. In 2009, the NCAA instituted the Elite 89 Award to honor academic achievement and athletic excellence among its member student athletes. This award is presented to the student athlete with the highest cumulative GPA participating at the final site for each of the 89 NCAA championships. The recipient of the Elite 89 Award for National Collegiate Men's Volleyball with a 3.907 GPA in Business Administration is Ian Carbonier of Lewis University. 3.907. It's too bad it wasn't 4.0. No, I'm just kidding.
Fell just a little bit short.
Carson Clark still serving. Great job keeping it alive by Connor Hughes. And Chiarelli will get the point for USC. So out of the timeout, USC stops the service run of Carson Clark. 15 kills for Chiarelli.
And Coach Farrar not happy with Tilly at all, that he stayed on the ground and put that ball over easily. He wants him to take a big swing.
Into the match for the first time is Madison McKibben for USC. Clark. And the dig there by Jansen. Chiarelli.
What a
Tilly
nice
keeps it alive. And Clark can't get the cross-court point. The point for the Trojans makes it 12-10.
A great chase by Tilly. He does so many things for his team, including playing great defense in middle back, staying balanced. Even though he was in one half of the court, he chased that way down over by the bench.
Chiarelli off the head of Austin. Again, it's Chiarelli. Tilly comes flying from the back row, and he gets the point.
Back to serve number 2, Connor Hughes.
Not a good pass by Chiarelli. Christensen able to save it, but not for long, because there was Scott Kevorkian for the kill. It's a 4-point lead once again for Irvine.
Great effort by Kevorkian. He was blocking and then he was hitting, and that's the transition game. You have to get off the net as quickly as possible, back up in the air, present a good target for your setter. Picture perfect.
Coming in from the middle, Steve Chandrick. Chiarelli back to serve. You look at Madison McKibben. Trying to change it up. There was Chiarelli. And it's Kevorkian again with the point. Think about the run that this UC Irvine team is on in the quarterfinals of the MPSF tournament. They beat UCLA in Al Skates' last match of his 50-year career. John Sparral, like yourself, Karch, played for Al Skates. He then coached under Al Skates, and he beats him in his final match. Then they go down 0-2 against USC in the semis, come back to win. Then 0-2 in the finals against Stanford and come back to win. And now here they are, up 2-0 and leading by 4 in the championship.
And Sparral won as an athlete, as an assistant coach, and now going and very close, 10 points away from his 3rd title as head coach for a team that had never won until he took over the UC Irvine program.
And oh, by the way, he's an assistant coach on the U.S. men's national team.
In fact, it's going to be no rest for the weary. Next week, the USA men are going to be trying to earn their berth for the London Olympics. Of course, the USA women have already earned theirs. They're at home watching, cheering on some good volleyball tonight, but big tournament in Long Beach next week for the USA men, so no rest for Sparral as soon as the college season's done.
Speaking of which, before it's too late, good luck to you and the women this year at the London Olympics as you're an assistant coach of the gold medal team for 2008, trying to defend its championship.
Thank you. And at some point, we should see some of these players on this very court playing for the USA men. If not this year, certainly in Rio in 2016.
The middle hit is finally blocked at the net by Ben Lamb.
Lamb does what we call a commit block. He is just going to jump as hard as he can and say, I am stopping my man coming at me, and puts his hands across the net.
Tilly was asking for the set.
McKibben with his first swing.
And he gets the point for the Trojans. So all of a sudden, USC is flashing its depth, which we're so used to seeing from UC Irvine.
McKibben brings a different look as a lefty.
It is a 1-point set here in the 3rd set. UC Irvine leads 2-0. 25-22, 34-32, and now 16-15. UC Irvine leading USC here in this best-of-5 national championship. The NCAA Men's Lacrosse Selection Show, presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, airs live at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, May 6th on ESPNU. For more information, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 89 NCAA championships. USC, with that cliche, taking it 1 point at a time, trying to get this set, force a fourth set, trying to extend this championship.
Bringing Lamb in, they already got one more kill than they got out of that position from Feathers, so going for a little more offense. USC is. Whoa, there's some spin on that, and of course McKibben not doing a good job at saying my bad.
And that allows for the free ball and the kill for Carson Clark.
The worst thing you can do on that is put it back into Carson Clark's hands with no block in front of him. Got to push that back off the net, keep it on your side.
Kevin Tilley back to serve. His parents are in attendance from France. His mom played on the Dutch national team. His dad on the French national team.
Yeah, I played against him. He was a great player for France.
McKibben got the point, and it looked like he swung a time with his right hand.
The ball went a little too far outside. He had to make a nice adjustment, but Tilley's dad actually is a very good coach in France now. Might become the head coach of the French national team.
Clark again. He has been on fire in this match, now with 19 kills.
And that was a big question mark for Speraw going into the season, is what kind of a backup setter do we have? Then once he became the starting setter with the injury to Daniel Stork, the connection between Carson Clark and Austin was the thing in question. It is not in question tonight. Been great.
Torelli, the connection with Christensen. And it's 18-17. You mentioned the injury to Daniel Stork, the original starting center for UC Irvine. Suffered a concussion during practice, missed almost 2 months. He is available. He saw time in the semifinals. The set for Clark again, and those two tonight have that connection going.
It's very different than it was 9 days ago. Tilley was the guy with 21 kills, I think. Now Clark with 20 and going to rip the ball at the service line. They've adjusted nicely. USC has been leaving Clark open quite a bit.
Clark trying for too much on that serve, and it's a service error.
Okay.
Tanner Jansen again back to serve here for USC, trying to tie it up at 19. It's Tilley coming to the back row. Torelli putting it over his head.
With the flipper to the corner, the back of his hand, jumping and spinning through the air. That's a beat shot right there. Right hand flipper. Caught everybody crashing in, playing shallow. Great play by Torelli.
His coach compares him to Kobe Bryant. He has Kobe's creativity. But there's Carson Clark again. 21 kills. And we're just in the third set. This is not the fourth or fifth set.
Carson Clark doesn't want to go 4 or 5. They did that already 9 days ago, 7 days ago.
With all fairness, the last set was 34-32.
That is true.
20-19, UC Irvine leading. Connor Hughes serving.
Nice up.
Austin the set. And that will result in the points for USC.
Brinkley made such a nice defensive up. Heat coming at him, pointed his forearms upward, but then he got a little impatient on that second play, and instead of just putting it over easy and giving himself another chance for a dig, puts it in the net and puts Torelli on the service line.
Tied at 20. Great serve.
Opportunity for USC.
And the opportunity is taken advantage of. Jansen with the kill. And Guess what? USC is now ahead 21-20. And a timeout taken by John Sparrow and UC Irvine. 21-20. USC now leading. And this year, this 2012 men's volleyball season was the last season in the incredible career of your college coach, Al Skates at UCLA. It's just fitting that we have to talk about him and that the championship is not at UCLA, but at least it's in Los Angeles in his final year.
And they were having a great season, led up a little down the stretch, but they lost to this UC Irvine team in the quarters after beating them handily. What can you say? 50 years? Are you kidding me? The most successful college sports team program. 19 titles over 4 decades.
I love the fact that his first championship came in 1970. His last came in 2006. A 36-year gap between your first and last.
And the 06 one was the most improbable of all. They went on a 14-match win streak.
Here you are playing. I like the hair, by the way.
And the short shorts, the old Michael Jordan, Larry Bird style. Nothing like today's shorts. Al Skates started right out of UCLA. He was a player coach and then a coach, and just you can't even fathom 50 years and all the success and you just look at the coaching pedigree.
Right.
Here you got John Sparrow. You've got Jeff Nygaard on the other bench. You've got so many head coaches around the country, former play, and in fact, right there at UCLA, Mike Seeley wins an NCAA title with the women a couple of years after he takes them over, a title just last December.
What did he mean for your career?
I can't even explain it in words. He taught me so much, taught all of us so much about winning, his poise, his confidence in us, and his great game preparation. All of the coaches, all the players who play for him and now coach for him are great students of opponents, and that's been a big job of Jeff Nygaard since they lost their assistant earlier this year, J.J. Riley. He took over all the game preparation, but he got a lot of tutelage on that from Al Skates.
21-21 here in the third set. McKibben.
Uh-oh, that's not going to do it.
And an error there by UC Irvine gives the point to USC.
Remember that play. That's twice now. UC Irvine setting the ball so close that their hitter could not even take a swing at it.
Chandrick serving. It's Tilley going cross court, getting the point. Already headed to extra points again here in the third set. Tilley now in double figures in kills with 10. 22-all here in set number 3. UC Irvine took the first set 25-22. Came back in the second set to win it 34-32. Torelli, a big swing and a missed block in the middle. There's some communication problems for UC Irvine.
And that's Irvine trying to take Torelli out of the offense. They served him with the specific purpose of not having him jump and hit, and he still makes it happen.
Tilley again with the point. He's got 11 kills, and he goes back to serve with a set tied at 23. Great serve. McKibben patiently awaits, and Tilley looked like he was fooled because he thought maybe it was going to be hit by his setter, Chris Austin. And now it sets up set point for USC.
They had a number of them in the second set, couldn't convert. Let's see if McKibben can at least serve it in and give his blockers and defenders a chance to make a play.
And McKibben is a lefty. His first serve, we saw him put a lot of spin on it. The set for Clark. Lamb tries to put it over. But it's sent back by UC Irvine, and we're tied at 24.
That was the opportunity USC wanted, but Micah Christensen could not keep the dig away from his side of the net. Lamb, with pretty much his only choice, was try to put that ball over.
McDonald to serve. Chiarelli. The set for Clark. Again with a big swing. Sets up match point. And the timeout is called by Bill Ferguson. UC Irvine trying to do almost the unthinkable, which is to beat this USC team twice in 9 days on the floor here at the Galen Center. They came back from 0-2 in the MPSF semifinals. Now they lead 2-0 in the national championship match. And they have match point to pick up their third championship in the last 6 years.
Both these programs have done such a great job of turning around from struggling before these coaches took over. But Bill Ferguson, as he mentioned at the top, you don't get titles and you don't get banners up here for second. They have been hungry for 4 or 5 years to win. This is their best chance on their home floor, but UC Irvine coming out so strong, taking it to the Trojans.
Carson Clark, the senior, who has been everything to this UC Irvine program over his time with the Anteaters, has 22 kills and 3 aces in this match, and a number of huge swings, whether he fought off a set point, or he set up a set point, or he wins this set point. He has been the go-to guy in this championship.
And I haven't seen him. I've watched them a lot this season. I haven't seen him have this good of a connection. What a great time for it between his setter, Chris Austin, who took over mid-season, and him. They couldn't have hoped for a better smoothing out of that rough rhythm.
UC Irvine will serve for the match. It will be Dan McDonald. McDonald has 1 ace on the night for match point. And he's got it! UC Irvine, the national champs for 2012. What a match by UC Irvine. Straight sets over USC. The third national championship in 6 years. 2007, 2009, and now 2012. 26-24 in set number 3. Tony Chiarelli's career comes to an end, making 3 trips to the NCAA tournament, 2 appearances in the national championship, and he falls both times to UC Irvine. A ton of respect among all the players, especially those 2 who just shared a hug, and Carson Clark, who is the MOP of this NCAA championship, and Tony Chiarelli. Match point once again. Dan McDonald serving. He had 1 ace on the night. McDonald finishes with 2 aces as UC Irvine captures its 3rd national title in the last 6 years. We will have plenty more to come from here at the Galen Center, but congratulations to the Anteaters.
Yeah.